Hello and welcome back to the Houston Texans franchise. Last time out, we took on the Kansas City Chiefs. Today, we're going to be taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Looking at the standings, we're in a good position. 2 games up over the next closest team in our division in the Jaguars, who also hold the last wildcard spot. We have the longest win streak in the NFL at 4 games, tied there with the Raiders. The Eagles, our opponent, they have a 2-game win streak of their own going. The injuries heading into this game, Jerome Barnes going to be out for us. The Eagles are going to be down Josh Sweat, a pass rusher, and Jordan Mailata, their starting left tackle. But they shouldn't have too much of a drop-off. Andre Dillard should be fine at left tackle, and George Hunter should slide right over to right end and start there because Brandon Graham is right in front of him. We did sign Lee Smith at the end of last episode to help fill in for Jerome Barnes while he's out. We'll see what he has left in the tank. Dwight Devine earned AFC Offensive Player of the Week honors for his performance last week against the Chiefs, doing all that without his 2 top receivers, his starting left tackle, or starting center. Today, they're all back, so we'll see how the offense looks and the team looks with everybody back. Starting at their own 25, the Texans get the ball first. It's a handoff to Damian Willis on the right side, and he has a gain of 7 yards to start this one. 2nd and 3, they're going to fake it to him this time. Devine looking deep down the field, going one-on-one for Davante Adams, and he can't make the catch. Going back off of that injury, here are the stats we had leading up to last week with him. 8-4, 26 points a game. It's a neat stat. I don't know how he only missed 1 week with that torn labrum. That is very impressive work getting back on the field in just 2 weeks. First down picked up there on the ground. Devine swinging out left side. The first reception of the day goes to Pat Ricard, and he's up to midfield with a gain of 11. White still in the backfield. Devine going underneath for Brandon Cooks, though, on the left side, out of bounds at the 39. 2nd and 10, an empty look for Devine. Over the middle for Brevin Jordan, who hangs on as a first down to the 20. They're in the red zone. The offense moving the ball along, giving it to Willis. Gets a block and runs straight forward to the 11-yard line. 2nd and inches. He's still in the backfield. They're going to throw it, though. Or maybe not. Devine spinning out left. Nobody open. He's going to take off, and he's into the end zone. Just like that, the Texans have a 7-0 lead. What a great start to this game for the offense. Eagles on offense now. Hand off to Miles Sanders on the left side. And he's brought down from behind up at the 31. 2nd and 4. Hurts the quarterback going underneath. That's Dallas Goedert. His favorite target so far this season as a first down and a gain of 13. From the 44, back to Goddard again, and he's up to midfield. Adam Weiner injured on the play. He had just come off of that injured list. Looks like he's okay, though, just on the bench taking a breather. 2nd and 3 for the Eagles. It's going to be a handoff to Sanders on the right side. He's into Houston territory and finally brought down at the 33. 2 carries, 22 yards, and they're going to give it to him again here. This time, he's brought down by Reed at the 30. Just a low back strain for Adam Weiner. He should be able to come back into this game. 2nd and 7. Plenty of time for Hurts. He's going left side for Devonta Smith. The former first-round pick as a first down to the 21. On the edge of the red zone, they're going to throw it out left side for Miles Sanders this time, and he's spun out of bounds by Ezekiel Mills. 1st and goal from the 9, just like that. Hurts taken off on a draw, brought down at the 5 by Donta Hightower. 2nd and goal, they stay empty. Another draw for Hurts, and Hightower is there again. Only a gain of 1. 3rd and goal from the 4. Hurts going right side for Dallas Goedert. He's out of bounds at the 1. They're going to kick a field goal on 4th and goal from the 1 and make this a 7-3 Texans lead. Houston's offense back on the field. Willis going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage on first down. They actually give him a gain of 1, I guess. 2nd and 9. Devine, play action fake, moving out right. Looking down the field, he's going to be sacked by George Hunter, who's getting the start today at right end, making it 3rd and long. 3rd and 13. Pressure coming, Devine got hit as he let it go, nearly intercepted. It probably should have been. Hunter putting more pressure on Devine. He just bull rushed and knocked the crap out of Elijah Wilkinson there. And the Texans got to punt it away. Eagles back on offense. Hightower delivering a big hit there. Adam Weiner injured again. And this time he's heading straight back to the locker room. That is not a good sign. We'll find out more after the game. 2nd and 12 here, though. Devonta Smith coming underneath on a drag up to the 39. 3rd and 2. Hurts Quick throw left side for Miles Sanders, breaking a tackle as the first down and is out of bounds at midfield. Hurts 7 of 7 to start this game. Make that 8 of 8. A quick throw right side for Dallas Goedert again, down at the 46, picking up just 4. 2nd and 5. Pressure coming. Hurts going down the field. 1-on-1 broken up by Moreland. But there is a flag, and it's roughing the passer. So an automatic first down up to the 31. Sanders on the carry. Brought down from behind the 24. 2nd and 4. Quick throw left side. Misfiring is Hurts. 3rd down. Plenty of time for Jalen this time. Stepping up. Throwing away out of bounds. And it's going to be 4th down. They're going to kick another field goal here and make this a 1-point Texans lead. 7 seconds left here in the first quarter. A handoff here to Willis, who has some space as a first down up to the 35. 4 carries, 30 yards. Should probably keep on handing it off to him if he's having this much success. They do, and he has a gain of 3 this time. 2nd and 7. Motioning out White. A clean pocket for once. Divine's still going to swing it out left side to the flat for James White, who's up to the 40. 3rd and 5. An empty look for the Texans. Pressure coming. Divine gets hit as he lets it go. Nearly intercepted, but it's 4th down anyway. The Eagles are going to take back over after a punt. There are the stats on the season for Dallas Goedert. He's been the favorite target of Jalen Hurts this season. And he has another reception right here, spun on forward with a first down to the 24. Miles Sanders the back. They're going to give it to him on the left side. He's popped and lost the football. It's recovered by the Eagles. Dante Hightower delivering another big hit. We keep missing out on these opportunities for turnovers, whether it's not recovering a fumble or dropping interceptions. We really need to come through on those kind of plays. 2nd and 6. A throw on the right side. Jalen Reagor near a first down, just shy of it. 3rd and 1. Hurts all day. Moving left, still looking down the field. He's going to try to take off, and he's going down. That's Desmond King. They're going to count this as a sack, and the Eagles are going to have to punt it away. The Texans take over with 7 minutes left in this first half. Damian Willis going to carry on first down up to the 26. 2nd and 6. A throw underneath for Davante Adams, and he can't hang on. 3rd down. Vine running out of time, going over the middle. He missed Davante Adams. 4 of 10 to start this game. The pressure got here just in time. But Divine has been a little bit off to start this game. After the punt, the Eagles start at their own 26. A handoff to Sanders, and he picks up just 1 yard. 2nd and 9. Plenty of time for Hurts. Going underneath. That's dropped by Preston Williams. 3rd down. Another 4-man rush from the Texans. Hurts moving out right, throwing back over the middle. He missed Miles Sanders. So it's a punt for the Eagles. Texans take back over at their own 35. Hand off to Willis, a gain of 3 yards. We've heard that before. 2nd and 7. Vine going down the field for Davante Adams, and he's got him. Out of bounds at the Philadelphia 39. They finally connect. That's a big gain. Here's Willis on a carry. Brought down at the 37. Just 2 on this one. 2nd and 9. Vine has time. He's going down the field for Brandon Cooks, and he missed him at the front pylon of the end zone. 3rd down. Vine trying to go down the field, but it's knocked down, batted away. Pressure got to him, and they're going to have to try a long field goal here, 54 yards. Get some points on the board. Fairbairn's kick is good, so it's 10-6. The Texans lead. Eagles back on offense. Here's Miles Sanders running through a defender. Up near a first down at the 35. Still in the backfield. He's picking up a block there. Dropped by Devonta Smith. 2nd and 10. Quick throw left side. Jalen Reagor at the 38. 3rd and 8. Hurts. Plenty of time. All day. Trying to take off, and he runs into Jerry Hughes. That is his first official sack as a member of the Houston Texans. Remember, he had one last week, but that was on a 2-point conversion. This time it counts. The Texans back on offense. Divine missing. Adams deep down the field. 2nd and 10. This one's batted away. So it's a quick 3rd and 10. They're going to throw it. Plenty of time for Divine, but he's not finding anybody open. Moving right, throwing back down the field, and he can't hit Adams on the sideline. So it's a quick 3 and out. The Eagles back on offense. There is Stoll, the backup tight end, up to the 37. That's a 2-minute warning. Plenty of time for Hurts here. Going underneath for Miles Sanders. He's brought down to the 48. Nearing Houston territory. A quick throw left side. There's Devonta Smith out of bounds at the 46 of Houston. 2nd and 4. Going down the field. Batted away by Barr. 3rd down. A 4-man rush. Pressure coming on Hurts. Going down the field. That's dropped. Jalen Reagor, you got to make that catch. They drafted him over Justin Jefferson, and it seems like that was not the right move. They had to punt it away there. The Texans have a minute 20 left and all their timeouts to add some more points on the board. Devine going back down the field across his body, and that's caught by Cooks at the Philly 47. What a throw on the move here by Devine. I don't even know how he saw Brandon Cooks open down the field. Now, in Eagles territory, Devine, he's going deep again. One-on-one for Devontae Adams, and he's got him. Touchdown, Texans. They increase their lead, now 17-6 before the end of this first half. Where's Adams going? He's in the crowd there. The Eagles back on offense. They're going to fail a screen pass there on 1st down. They thought, wow, that worked so well. Let's try it again, and it's going to lose 5 yards. 3rd and 15. They're just going to run it and try to get it to halftime, but Miles Sanders is going nowhere. Houston is going to use their 2nd timeout, and they're at their own 41 with 8 seconds left. Trying to get into field goal range. Devontae Adams all by himself. He ducks out of bounds with 2 seconds remaining as the 29 of Philadelphia. He gets schemed open here. Collins takes the top off. Jordan takes the underneath coverage, and Adams comes across the field to the open spot. Fairbairn going to boot this one between the uprights and make this a 20-6 Houston lead at halftime. Everything working pretty well so far for the Texans. Looking at the score of another game here, the Cowboys and the Packers all knotted up at 14. We take the Cowboys on next week. We'll see if they're able to pull that one out against a good Green Bay team. The Eagles on offense, a throw on the left side. That's an offensive lineman, the rookie Marco McCune. Trying to trick play to get this offense going to start the second half. Miles Sanders running hard up to the 45. 2nd and 1. Sanders again. He has the 1st down and is ripped down from behind by Linval Joseph. He's still the back. They're going to throw it though. Plenty of time for Hurts going down the field for Dallas Goedert to the 39. The Eagles moving the ball to start the second half. Here's Miles Sanders running through an arm tackle and down at the 34. 2nd and 5, an empty look for the Eagles. All day for Hurts, going left side for Miles Sanders, down at the 20. They're in the red zone. 1st and 10. Plenty of time for Hurts. He's going left side and out of bounds. Goes Stall at the 15. 2nd and 4. Hurts moving to right. He's going to try to take off, but he's going down. Sacked by Martin Boyce back at the 19. 3rd and 8. Hurts has great blocking. He has had it for most of the game. He's still going to throw it away out of bounds. And the Eagles are going to kick yet another field goal in this one, making it a 20-9 Texans lead. 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Willis a carry and a gain of just 2 yards. 2nd and 8. An RPO screen pass to Pook Williams on the right side, stiff arming forward to the 37 with a 1st down. A handoff to James White. He gets a block and goes down at the 43, a gain of 6. 2nd and 4. Willis the back, running forward to the 48 with a 1st down. He stays on the field. They fake it to him this time. Devine moving right as a man open downfield. That's Devontae Adams to the Philadelphia 31. Texans offense really starting to get going. Devine going down the field. He has Brevin Jordan, but he can't hang on. It would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 3rd and 10. Pressure coming from the Eagles. Down the field, Nico Collins is open. He's brought down at the 8. It's going to be goal to go, though, for the Texans. A handoff to Willis on the left side. He's bunched up and brought down at the 7. 2nd and goal. A read option keeper for Devine. He has nobody near him, and he's able to walk into the end zone, increasing this lead 27-9. The Eagles need to start converting these drives into touchdowns instead of field goals, as that one's off the hands of Jalen Reagor. One more loss for the Eagles would mean they are finishing below 500 So they really need to come back and win this one. A man all by himself on 2nd and 10. That's Preston Williams. He's going to walk into the end zone. Had to have been a blown coverage of some sort. Yep, Dwayne Crisp. That was supposed to be cover 2. He just forgot to cover his area. Lucky for the Texans, they are still up 11 points in this one. And they're going to run it with Willis there, a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Devine moving right, going down the field for Nico Collins, knocked out of bounds with a first down to the 44. Devine is 12 of 24 throwing the ball in this one. We need that completion percentage to continue to go up. A nice run by Willis, making it 2nd and 1. Devine going down the field for Brandon Cooks, and he's got him at the Eagles 33. A nice throw with pressure coming. Willis in the backfield, they're going to throw it though. Devine lobbing underneath for Brandon Cooks again, rolling out of bounds at the 25. 2nd and 2, a handoff to James White, gets a great block there from Lee Smith, and he's to the 12. They're in the red zone. Here's a screen pass to Brandon Cooks on the right side, a nice tackle, and he's down at the 9. 2nd and 8, a handoff to Willis, a great block there from Pat Ricard, and Willis is flying into the end zone, showboating, but look at this block. That is probably the best block I've ever seen. 2 guys getting taken out. It's now 34-16, a 3-score game, nearly intercepted by Desmond King. 2nd and 10, Ertz going over the middle for Devonta Smith. He has a first down to the 35. We are into the 4th quarter of this one with 8 minutes remaining in it. Dallas Goedert, another reception to the 42. 2nd and 3. Plenty of time going down the field, and he just missed Devonta Smith. 3rd and 3. Ertz, left side, this time online for Smith into Houston territory with a first down to the 48. The blocking up front has been pretty great for Jalen Hurts. The only time he has run into some trouble is when he holds the ball for too long. 2nd and 10 after an incomplete pass. Hurts moving left, spinning around, throwing all the way across the field. It's broken up. Another missed opportunity for the Houston defense to force a turnover. You see, we are the worst team in the NFL at getting takeaways. 3rd and 10 off the hands of Dallas Goedert. 4th down. The Eagles need this play to keep their drive alive and their season alive. And a man open downfield. It's Dallas Goedert out of bounds at the 8. It's going to be goal to go for the Eagles. 1st and goal. Ertz going to take off, but a spy is there. He slides down at the 6. 2nd and goal. Handoff to Miles Sanders. Brought down at the 1 by Hightower. 3rd and goal. A read option keeper for Jalen Hurts. Hightower there again, stopping him at the 1. 4th and goal. Hurts looking to throw. Plenty of time. Going right side. Caught by Dallas Goedert. He stops on a dime and is into the end zone, keeping the Eagles' season alive. 34-23, the Eagles elect not to kick an onside kick. 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter. A run and gain of 1 by Willis. 2nd and 9, Devine looking down the field. Nobody open. He's going to get sacked by George Hunter, the rookie defensive end. The clock will keep going, though. Now under 4 minutes left in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 13. Devine going over the middle. He has Brandon Cooks in a tight window with a first down up to the 43. 2nd and 10. Willis running forward, trying to keep the clock moving. Gain of just 2. A little over 2 minutes left. 3rd and 8. Devine again finding Brandon Cooks on a 3rd down to the Eagles 42. At the 2-minute warning, a play action fake. Devine moving right. Going down the field for Kevin Smart. Dragging his feet with a nice reception out of bounds at the 25. He did go out of bounds though, so the clock stopped. Here's Willis getting the clock moving again, but the Eagles, they're going to stop it using their first timeout. 2nd and 8. Willis on the left side, brought down forward at the 14. So he has enough for a first down. The Eagles use their second timeout. Devine going to throw it here. This is Lee Smith, his first reception as a Texan, and he's down at the 6. There is the Eagles' last timeout. 2nd and 2. Willis running straight forward, and he's down at the 4, just shy of the 1st. 3rd and 1, under a minute to go. Willis on a toss, avoids the first tackle, and he's going to dive into the end zone, running the score up. The Eagles, Their season's probably done. The Texans are going to win this one 41-23. Time to take a look at the stats in this one. Jalen Hurts 27 of 45 for 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He probably threw the ball more than the Eagles wanted him to. He only ran it 13 times with a running back, and that was Miles Sanders getting all the carries, who averaged over 5 yards a pop. He did add 6 for 57 receiving. Dallas Goedert 9 for 100 and a touchdown himself. Moving on to the Texans stats, Dwight Devine 19 of 32 for 332 yards himself, 1 passing touchdown, no picks. He got off to that very slow start, but started to pick things up at the end of that second quarter with a couple of deep balls. He added 2 for 18 on the ground and 2 rushing touchdowns himself. Damian Willis 21 carries, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, that was a good day overall running the ball. Looking at the receiving stats, Brandon Cooks 7 for 105, Devontae Adams 4 for 122 and a touchdown. This is the first time that this receiving duo has both gone over 100 receiving yards in the same game. On defense, Donta Hightower 14 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, put a bunch of big hits on people, and had that forced fumble that we couldn't recover, unfortunately. Moving on to some upgrades, let's start with Damian Willis here and go ahead and go power back this time. Hopefully he can start breaking more tackles. 2 to break tackle, 1 stiff arm, 1 trucking. Michael Barr, our young corner, let's go ahead and go zone to try to even out the man and zone. I like to keep them both up because I like to switch between man and zone to keep the offense guessing. He does get one to that zone coverage. Martin Boyce, another upgrade. We're going to go ahead and just go run stopper. That is what he should be the best at, is just stopping people up front, being a big body, and he should be a little better at that after the upgrade. Elijah Wilkinson, he has not looked good over there at right tackle after having a solid season at left tackle last season. Only gets 2 to his run block finesse. The injury to Adam Weiner is a ruptured disc. He is done for the season unless we make the Super Bowl. Season stats for him: 4.5 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, 29 tackles. He did it all in 12 games. We're going to be asking a bunch of guys to fill his roles that he had. He had multiple on this team. Rushing the passer, Jerry Hughes, Jonathan Greenard, Charles Snowden, Shaka Toney, all going to be asked to do more of that. Tanner Mew is going to fill in at linebacker for him. Hopefully he can at least be serviceable. Moving on to some draft stories here. Hooks honored as nation's top safety. Free safety Evan Hooks struck fear into offenses across the country all year long. 6'4", 204, 23-year-old out of Texas Southern has a first or second round grade. Doesn't have the best physicals, but he still has moved up the board 16 spots after winning the award. We don't know any of his coverages. We don't really need a safety anyway, at least this early in the draft, so I think we'll be passing on him. Center of attention Max Mixon voted best center in college football. Sure to be a hot commodity among NFL teams looking for interior offensive line help. 6'4", 317, 23-year-old out of USC has moved up the board 27 spots. Does have good to great strength, has a first or second round grade, has some really good ratings. We did just take a center in last year's draft. I think Max Mixon is really good, but there are better values down the board like Dan Bowles, 6'3", 291, 22-year-old out of Wisconsin. He has a third or fourth round grade. Does only have decent to solid strength, but look at the ratings. A impact block, A pass block power, B run block, A pass block finesse. There's even Mitchell Black, who's a day 3 projected pick, 6'3", 310, 22-year-old out of NC State. I know we've looked at him before. Only has marginal to decent strength, but he's a better value as a day 3 pick. A run block, B pass block, A run block power. I mean, he's probably one of the best centers in this class. You can get him on day 3. More upgrades to go through, starting with Fairbairn here. Let's go ahead and go power. And unfortunately, he only gets 2 awareness. Shane Buechele, the 3rd string quarterback. Of course, trying to keep getting those accuracies up. Let's go ahead and go field general. That is probably the best upgrade he could have gotten. 1 accuracy short, 1 throw power, and 1 awareness. Patrick Ricard, I think he earned this upgrade after that great block on 2 players. He gets a boost to just about everything here, including short route running. I wanted to show you this before I move on and take a look at the Cowboys. The NFC Offensive Player of the Week, Deebo Samuel. 10 receptions, 127 receiving yards, and 5 receiving touchdowns, which ties him for the most all-time in a single game with Jerry Rice and a couple others. And they needed every single one of those touchdowns, beating the Buccaneers 33-28 on the road. The receiving touchdown leaders, you'll see down the list Deebo Samuel at 10, so he doubled his receiving touchdown total in one game. The battle for Texas should be a good one. The Cowboys, 11-3, have the best record in all of the NFL and have won 4 straight. The Texans, they're 10-4 and have won 5 games in a row themselves. So 2 really good teams playing really well at the end of the season, playing for some high seeds in each of their conferences. The Cowboys currently hold the 1 seed in the NFC. The Texans have the 2 seed in the AFC. Cowboys are coming off a big win over the Packers on the road, 41-35. Dak threw 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 24 of 39, good for a 61% completion percentage. On the ground, Ezekiel Elliott, 17 carries, 126 yards, and a touchdown, averaging 7.4 yards a carry. CeeDee Lamb, 7 receptions, 79 yards, and 3 receiving touchdowns. They went to overtime. They trailed 14-0 in that first quarter before rallying back, taking it to overtime and winning there over a good Green Bay Packers team. Ezekiel Elliott is the frontrunner for the MVP. Dwight Devine down there in 4th place. So 2 really good players duking it out potentially for some awards. And 2 really good coaches. Mike McCarthy, the coach of the year last year, he's in 2nd place behind John Medlock of the Texans this season. Dak Prescott on the season, 35 passing touchdowns, 12 interceptions, a 70% completion percentage. He's been amazing. Ezekiel Elliott, the MVP frontrunner, has nearly 1,700 rushing yards, 18 rushing touchdowns, 6 yards a carry, and 118 yards a game. CeeDee Lamb leads the Cowboys in all 3 of the major receiving categories and leads the NFL in receiving touchdowns with 18. They're stacked at receiver, so to go along with CeeDee Lamb, they have Michael Gallup and Amari Cooper, who is their highest overall receiver at 95 overall and is a superstar X factor. At tight end, they got the veteran Jared Cook at 35 years old. We'll see what he still has left in the tank. Their offensive line is really good, but they're going to be down Zach Martin, which could be a big loss. I guess we will have to see. On defense, they have a bunch of splash players like Leighton Vander Esch, Trayvon Diggs, Micah Parsons, Darren Hickman, Dexter Lawrence. They're pretty good, but they're not great at defense. So that's what we're going to have to take advantage of, put up a bunch of points on the board, and outscore them in a potential shootout. It should be a great one to watch. I want to thank you for watching this one, and I'll see you next time.